Hey, welcome back to this series. In today's section, we're going to tackle an essential concept in Python, variables. Now, don't worry if you're new to this. I will show you exactly how they work by walking through some hands-on examples. So open up your development environment, whether that's VS Code, Jupyter Notebook, Replit, or whatever you are comfortable with, and let's jump right in. Alright, so let's start by defining what variables are in programming context. In Python, variables are containers for storing data values. You will use them all the time to hold different kinds of information in your programs. Let's show you exactly what I mean. Right here, I will create a variable to store my favorite snack. I've just created a variable called favorite snack and stored the value chocolate inside it. Now let's add another variable to store the number of books I'm carrying in my backpack. Just like that, Python now knows I'm carrying 3 books. Let's add one more to see if my backpack is full. Now, what makes variables super powerful is that they can change as your program runs. Let's say I ate my chocolate and decided to switch it up to a granola bar instead. Watch how easy it is to change the value of the variable. Boom! Just like that, favorite snack now holds granola bar instead of chocolate. Python allows you to update variables at any time, and that's what makes it so flexible. Alright, we've been packing things into the variables, but how do we see what's actually inside them? This is where the print function comes in handy. Let's go ahead and print the content of our variables. Type this into your Python environment. There it is. Python just printed what's inside each variable. Granola bar, 3 books, and confirmation that the bag isn't full. Easy, right? Now let's make this even more interactive. What if you wanted the user to tell you what their price stack is or how many books they are carrying? Python makes that super easy with the input function. Let's try this in our code environment. Now when you run the code, Python will ask for the user's input and adjust the variables accordingly. When I run my and entered chips, 5 and true, the variables now hold that information. I want to save time and assign multiple variables in one go. Python allows you to do that with something called multiple assignment. Here's how it works. See how we packed all 3 variables in just one line. This is super useful when you need to handle multiple variables at once. Now let's talk about one of the coolest things about Python, dynamic typing. This just means that Python doesn't require you to declare the type of data you are working with beforehand. You can change the variable's type whenever you want. Check this out. Python is flexible enough to let you switch the type of a variable without any extra work. It's one of the reasons why Python is so great for beginners and experts alike. Okay, let's get a little deeper. Some variables are mutable, meaning they can be changed after creation. Others are immutable, meaning once you create them, you cannot modify them directly. Let me show you an example with a list, which is mutable. As you can see, we added a new number to the list and it's updated right away. Lists are mutable. Now let's try that with an immutable type like a string. When we try to modify the string, Python didn't change the original. Instead, it created a whole new string. That's adaptability in action. Before we go, let's quickly review the rules for naming your variables. You can only use letters, numbers, and underscores after the first character, but no spaces. So that's it for variables and dynamic typing. You have learned how to create, update, and manage variables in Python. Make sure you keep practicing because variables are foundational to everything we'll do in the future lessons. Up next, we'll be diving into data types, so don't miss out on that. If you find this course helpful, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. Until next time, happy coding.